what's up? Serena here from thriftiving.com. Today we are doing a bedroom makeover in my friend's bedroom. If you remember, you saw this bathroom makeover. We turned that green bathroom into this modern, beautiful white and black bathroom. So we're gonna move over to the next room and we're gonna tackle her bedroom. So are you ready to jump into this makeover? Let's do this. Okay, so this is the bedroom that we're gonna be making over. Hakimah, are you, what's the faces for? Stop it, Sarah, stop it.
I'm just being exposed. Woo.
But you've done one makeover with me already, right? Like you should be comfortable in front of the camera now.
Still not.
Me neither.
You know, I totally get it. Having your personal space like this on the internet for everyone to see, or even just bringing friends and family over to help with a project like this, it's not easy to do. I mean, it does require some bearing of your soul. And that's what Hakimah had to do. But I really think if you've got friends or family that's willing to help you tackle a room makeover, then you should definitely bring them in. So I was providing a lot of the manpower and kind of the know-how of like, okay, you've got cracks here in your drywall. Let's do some joint compound, sand that smooth, because you got to do that before you paint the walls. And then there was carpet tacks along the perimeter of the floor. So I removed those, and then Khadijah was really helpful in helping to clean these walls and getting them ready for painting. Now, she was also providing some design element here, and she thought this would be a great change to move the bed over to the other side of the room, and it ended up working out very nicely. So once the walls were prepped and ready to go, we first had to do the ceiling. Now, we did kind of wipe the ceiling down a little bit, but there wasn't really too much we needed to wipe down on the ceiling. The main thing was just getting a couple of coats on the ceiling. It's hard. I don't like to do ceilings. It's messy. You've got to cover everything up. But we were able to get the ceiling done on one day, and then we were able to get a coat of the wall paint, which is by Benjamin Moore. It's chrome green. A big thanks to the local Benjamin Moore store. They did offer up a couple gallons of paint for Hakimah's bedroom. We did 2 coats, and because I have a steady hand, I was the one nominated to go in cutting in by the ceiling. We didn't tape off. Generally, you want to tape off, but with a nice angled brush, you don't really have to tape off. And then Hakimah's daughter, she wanted to paint, so she came in and we all finished up this job. Now, when you're doing wall paint, you want to definitely do 2 coats. We did have primer in the paint, but you can see that there's still a lot of blotchiness on the walls after the first coat. You can see that yellow still coming through. So this particular day, we didn't do a second coat, but we did come back on another day and we did another coat, and it looked amazing. So definitely if you've got a really strong color underneath, you're probably going to want to do 2 coats of paint. But look at that color. Now, I know this color isn't for everybody, but Hakimah wanted something that was cozy. This chrome green lended to that whole aesthetic that she wanted. Now, this is the dresser that we're keeping. We're going to be painting this with Beyond Paint. You can see that it's a pretty good quality piece, but there was a lot of surface imperfections, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to be using Beyond Paint, and we decided to go with a metallic bronze color. When we were kind of planning this room, Khadijah said, hey, what about like a copper color? So we started cleaning everything with simple green, taking off all the hardware. Now, we're not going to be reusing this hardware, but it's always a good idea to just put it in a baggie, put it aside, because you never know if you can reuse it for another project. She's got 2 end tables that or nightstands, that we were also going to be painting too. Now, the original plan was that we were just going to do one of the dressers and the nightstands. That's it. But you'll see in just a moment that we ended up using more Beyond Paint for some other things in the room. Now, one thing that I love about Beyond Paint, you've seen me use this on my projects for many, many years, is that they actually recommend using a roller with this. Literally all we did was just I think we did probably about 2 or 3 coats. You'll notice here we're not using any primer. I always consider the first coat to be like a primer. So as I was going through this, I was kind of talking Hakimah through the process of, hey, this is how you paint furniture, because she'd never done it before. So typically, if the furniture is in good condition, and this was in good condition, you can just go right over it with 2 or 3 coats. That's it. The first coat is sort of like a primer, so you don't have to go and purchase another paint. You just want to make sure that it's nice and smooth, and you'll see that I'm just kind of going over it. And we did probably about 2 coats on the side. Actually, I think we may have done about 3 coats because Hakimah was getting to the point where she's like, oh no, but wait, maybe we need another coat. So we did overcoat it. But generally 2 coats, maybe 3, depending on if your wood is dark or not, is totally acceptable. Now, this is the first time that Hakimah has painted any furniture. She was kind of freaking out a little bit. Am I doing this right, Serena? Is this right? And yes, she was doing it right. You can't get this paint wrong. So if you've got bedroom furniture that you are looking to keep, but you don't like the color of it, or maybe you've got some surface imperfections like this one, you can definitely do 2 or 3 coats, let it dry, and then you'll see in a moment, we did decide to use a top coat, but this has a top coat built into it, so you don't necessarily need to use a top coat. You'll see that I'm just layering this on and trying to work out any sort of strokes that you get from the roller, but it's self-leveling. So by the time it dries, it just looks fantastic. Now, we did let everything thoroughly dry, and I think Hakimah even went back and added another coat when I had gone for the day. But when I came back the next day, we did add a couple coats of the multi-purpose sealer. Again, you don't have to use the sealer, but if you want some additional protection on your furniture, especially for something like a dresser or another surface where you'll have a lot of use, then it could be a good idea. Now, you'll notice I'm adding this with a roller. It goes on milky, but don't let that scare you. It does dry clear, and it does give it a nice shine. So we did 2 coats of that. And her daughter actually found the knobs from Amazon. They weren't very expensive, and they were perfect. So this is what it had looked like before. Good quality furniture, but it just was not, it just was not going to work in the room in the existing condition. So with the paint, now with this metallic shine, it just looked amazing, and the gold knobs. Now, on another day, we all got together and decided, okay, let's go ahead and clean this floor and let's put the rug down. She found the rug on her own, and I think it was a good selection because it's got the green, the gold, and all the other colors that we're bringing into the room. Now, I went to the thrift store like I do, and on this particular day, oh my gosh, I found this $27 console table. It was perfect for her space, but we needed to figure out what color were we going to paint this. There was no way we could just bring this old 1980s color into her room. So we decided to go with the Beyond Paint Licorice, which is actually pretty funny because when we started this project, Hakimah was like, I don't like black furniture. I don't think black furniture looks good. I've never wanted it in my house. But what's funny is that not only did we paint the console table black, but later she ended up using this same licorice to paint her bed. So because the color looks so nice, she was convinced that black furniture can be nice. So I got her started on 1 coat, and we did paint that outside only because the lighting was better. But you can use Beyond Paint inside. You don't have to paint outside. It doesn't have any bad fumes or really horrible smell. And it looked really good. So 1 coat, I helped her move it inside. It dried, and then I think she did probably another 2 coats after I'd left. Anyway, we moved on to some of the other finishing things like hanging the gold curtains. She really wanted gold curtains to go with that green, which looked amazing. And also she had found some other room decor. And she and Khadijah found this really cute blush pink chair for her reading corner. And then I made a glitter pillow for the chair. Some of the artwork came from Home Goods, but some of the artwork Hakimah actually did herself for her gallery wall above her bed. Now, this was before she painted her bed. We came up with the color scheme of all, the pinks and the reds. But look at these pictures. These are ones that Hakimah painted herself, some of them. And so she really was able to express her creativity. So I did help her with putting on some of the coats of the top coat for her bed, but she painted her bed herself, which I was so proud of her. We added the television to the console table. It was, it really worked out very well for the room. And then we were going to put on the Sweet Night mattress. This was provided at no charge. And if you remember, this is the same mattress that I used in my kids' bedroom. You get 100 nights, free risk trial. And if you don't like it, you can actually return it. You've got 30 days to return it, and it's free shipping and free return. So you can't go wrong there. So we put the mattress on the bed, added some sheets, and we wanted to do like a pink or a blush pink bedding. And so by the time everything was done, it looked amazing. So we are done with this makeover. It looks fantastic. We are just so pleased with how cozy it looks. Hakimah loves her space. Hakimah, what do you think about your new room?
I love it. Thank you. I love it. I love it. It's cozy. It's warm. It's everything. I love it.
Did it come out to be how you wanted?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Everything that I wanted. I wanted something warm. I wanted something cozy and inviting so I can relax. Yes. Everything that I wanted.
What's your favorite part of working on this room with us?
My favorite part of working on projects is always picking out the products and shopping. Because I like to shop.
And this light was like your best. This light, I think, was the best find of the room.
Yeah, I
It
didn't think
amazing.
Hakimah would
It's a
like
light
it because I
fan.
know she doesn't like sparkle and bling. And so, but when I showed her how it worked, she was excited about it. So I was excited about it.
Yes, she sent me a lot of products, and first it became, of course, overwhelming, but I love it. I'm glad that we went with the bling.
And we did a lot of painting too,
We did a lot
right?
of painting.
We did sponsored by Beyond Paint. We went to the thrift store, got the console table, and you just had fun painting all your furniture.
Yes, we got to tell the story of me just going crazy. Thank you, Beyond Paint, of painting things that I wasn't supposed to paint. So as you see, the dresser with paint, that was the whole initial paint project. But I was like, the bed needs to be painted. So I painted the bed. The lamps need to be painted. And
You really got carried away.
I got carried away, but
everything came out nice, and she even painted the bed black when she was arguing with me about how she doesn't like black furniture.
Yes, I
and
did
then
argue.
ultimately she said she's going to paint the bed
black.
Okay.
Yes, I love this room because it's layered.
She loves it all. She loves all of it.
The mirror, I love it because I wanted layers, I wanted textures, and this is exactly what I got with the wonderful collaboration with my two dear friends. Thank you so much.
Khadijah, if people want to work with you, you're in the DMV area, where can they find you?
Life Interiors is the name of my company. You can call me at 202-528-3614.
All right, so you can find this project down below on my blog at thriftdiving.com and come back for the podcast because we're going to be talking to Hakimah and Khadijah as well, if you'll join us, more about this project and what it was like behind the scenes. All right, I will see you next project.
Behind the scenes.
Oh my God. Hakimah always has one last word.
Yeah.
No, but we have a budget of like
900, I thought you told me.
900.
900.
1,000, even though I think a nice round number would be good. I agree with Khadijah on this. I think we should just say $1,000. It's a nice.
So when you
round
say
number.
1,000, it becomes 15.
No, not if we say that's our budget.
Okay, 900.
All right, 900. 900.
So she's putting breathing room in there because 900 is going to become 1,000.